But I went and got weighed in today, and I gained 2 pounds, and they said, well, you wore jeans. You never wear jeans. You wore jeans today. Jeans make a difference. I was like, well, you don't want me to take off my pants, right? No. It's overcast here. Atlanta in the house. Sir Webb, what's up? What's going on in Atlanta? Thank you, Little City, for inviting folks. Exercise, I'm just walking. I'm walking. I am not a fitness guru on any level at all. So I'm not that guy. So I walk between 2.5 and 4 miles on Saturday and Sunday. 80 degrees in St. Louis, right? We're in the 70s, but it's overcast, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then in the 80s for the weekend, so that'll be kind of cool. Steps, probably like around 6,000. Yeah, 2 days a week, because I come to work like really early. I come to work at oh, that's cool. Look at that. I come to work like, I go on at 2, but I get here like around noon. So I get up in the morning. Yeah, Houston's catching it right now. Yeah, they just showed a TV reporter rescued an elderly man from his car that was going under. So, yeah. But anyway, so let me get this on real quick so I can see what it looks like. What was I talking about? Walking. Yeah. And there's a gym at my apartment complex, and I really should go in there and start lifting some weights. Now, I hope we don't get the amount Houston got either. So, oh, look at that. Y'all want to see? Can y'all see that? Look, that's me live on YouTube. Only there's like a delay. But look at that. That's that's cool. Yeah, he just told him to swim. You got to swim, man. But the thing was, he probably could have stood up, because the reporter stood up on his feet and he was above water, and eventually the guy was above water too. So that was kind of cool. But that he's okay. I'm very happy to hear that. But other than that, you know, worked on some videos. Got a tech video going up tomorrow morning at 10. If you guys can help out, if you guys can help me with the tech video, I need help with the tech video, right? It's easy tech news, simple tech news, and you can just share it, repost it if you can on your Facebook pages and your social media. Just get it out there so we can get it up, and you know, I could really use some help with that if you guys don't mind. So yeah, get to walking. Yeah, you know, you get to stepping. You know, just get you some earbuds and plug those babies in your phone and listen to music or podcast or, you know, things like that. And just get to, that's what I do. And I just walk. And thank you, Little City. I appreciate that. I know you'll help me out with the tech videos and stuff, so that's really cool. So, but yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of like where I am with that. But the walking thing, yeah. So I don't understand. I get up in the morning, I go get weighed in, then I come back and I prepare my lunch, do a little prep work at home, then I go to work. And then by the time I get off, it's almost dark. So I give it about another month, and it'll start getting darker like after 8 o'clock, and then I can go walking in the evening. Maybe do at least 2 miles. So looking forward to that. So because I just want, you know, I decided over the weekend, you know what, I just need to get this weight off. All right, I got 35 more pounds to go. And I've lost like 22 pounds. So I got about 35 more to go. I got this watch, and it just tracks my steps all day. My sister sent me this watch, and it does that. So that's kind of a cool thing. And I get text messages, and it thank you. And it vibrates when I get a phone call and stuff like that. And Maze tickets, yes. Oh yeah, Rainey, I asked you about I asked you were related to Ron Ramey, right? Yeah. Happy that you're joining me on Periscope, man. Thank you. Yeah, my sister who sent me this watch, she's my older sister. She'll be 60 this year. She does 10,000 steps a day. She does 10,000 steps a day. Yes, sir. She does 10,000 steps a day. It's like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, no, don't tell her I said anything, and this will disappear, and you know, fairly soon. So, but I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she was telling me that I've got an aunt and 2 cousins. A friend of yours did 50,000 steps. Did they have feet when they were done? Or they just had little nubs? Wow, that's a lot of steps. My sister does 10,000 a day. Yeah, but my cousins apparently watch my videos, which I didn't think any of my relatives watch my videos, but they do. So if they're watching this, shout out to my aunt Carolyn and Patsy, we call her Patsy, and my cousin Jonathan, and yes, very good, very good. Yeah, that's 50,000 steps. Whew, man, that's like walking everywhere. My ex-brother-in-law, I had I had 4 ex-brother-in-laws, and the oldest one, who's in his 60s now, this dude used to walk everywhere he went. In Galveston, he'd walk from one end of the island to the other. He didn't have a car, and he didn't let that hold him back. He would just walk. He would just walked his ass off. This dude, his calves were like, this dude walked everywhere. He was in great shape. He had a drinking problem, but he was in great shape. But yeah, so I was like, man. Tracy Gordon. Yeah, so anyway, so that's the deal on that. So, all right. This is not a Fitbit, Ricardo. This is a, Ricardo's on YouTube. This is a basis. My sister sent this to me because she had a Fitbit, and then she got this one from the job. And so, I can just talk to you right here. And she got this one from the job. And so when she saw, when I told her I was on this weight loss program, she sent me this. She goes, this is going to help you, and I'm going to send it to you. Well, she said, I'm going to send you something that's going to help you, and I didn't know what it was. And then when I got it, I was shocked. And, you know, me and gadgets, man, I love gadgets. So I did that, and I've been wearing it. I try to wear it as often as I can. Although when I walked Saturday, I forgot to put it on. But I know that one lap around this lake that I go walk is 1.3 miles. So I did 2, so it's 2.6 miles. So the Mavs in the playoffs is a great thing. But I don't really follow. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I stopped following basketball intently, you know, with intensity after Michael Jordan left the NBA the first time. I just kind of like left it. I couldn't get interested in it anymore for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I was in St. Louis and we didn't have a team. See, before St. Louis, I was in Detroit, you know, and then when I moved to St. Louis, I kind of held on to a little bit of the NBA, but I lost interest after a while because we didn't have a team to root for. So now that I'm here in Dallas with the Mavericks, I got to get back into rooting for the Dallas Mavericks, right? But you guys who know me know how much I love baseball. So, do I have a link for the basis, Ricardo? I can get one for you if you want, man. Just send me an email. I keep saying Ricardo. Rico, I'm sorry, man. Rico, send me an email, Tony@TonyScottMedia.com, and I'll send you a link for the basis one and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I always heard that the Fitbit is the one, and even the Apple smartwatch, and actually Fossil has one that's actually pretty good too. My wife's cousin works for Fossil, and she gave her husband one. So yeah, so they're all pretty good. Some of them do different things. Some of them maybe do something better than the other, but they're all like an app update away from doing something great, right? So that's how I look at it. So all right, so I have I'm drinking water. So I drink. This is 32 ounces. I drink 3 of these a day. So that's 96 ounces. I'm only supposed to drink 2.5. And then I have these other drinks that I drink that I have to make up a powder, put it in water, shake it. This is a lemon flavored one, so I have that. A lot of supplements to help curb the appetite and stuff like that, and on the weight loss program. So the Fitbit counts steps, stairs, climb, calories eaten, and sleep. Yeah, this would do the sleep pattern thing if I left it on when I sleep, but I can't sleep with that on my wrist. I won't be able to sleep. So, all right, I'm going in. So gird your loins. I've got 30 seconds here to get this done. And then we'll kick it for another 5 or 10 minutes afterwards. So, it's Tupac inside the 5 o'clock mixtape with DJ Mr. E on Smooth R&B 105.7. On your Smooth Ride Home, it's Tony Scott. And time for Tony's Tea and look at some entertainment news that grabbed my attention today. Chris Brown considered suicide when it came out that he had beaten Rihanna some years ago. Speaking in a documentary about himself called Welcome to My Life, Breezy said,
I think about suicide and everything. I wasn't sleeping, I barely ate, I just was getting high.
It affected him because he knew he had done wrong. You can see the trailer, the entire trailer for the documentary at krnb.com. Idris Elba's secret wife is now his secret ex-wife, and she's spilling the tea on why the marriage broke up after only 2 months. Sonia Hamlin says they got married in Las Vegas after a boxing match, and almost immediately, Idris was told by his team that she wasn't a good look for his career. People were telling him he was going to ruin his career. He was being told it was an important part of his image to be a single sex symbol in Hollywood, and being married would damage that. And congratulations to Chrissy Teigen and John Legend on the birth of their baby girl, Luna Simone Stevens. What, you thought his real last name was Legend? No, it's Stevens, actually. And Luna checked in at 6 pounds, 11 ounces, and was actually born last Thursday, but it wasn't announced until yesterday. And yes, I can confirm that she was born butt naked. Yeah, man, that's the tea on Smooth R&B 105.7. Yes, yes, yes. So, where were we? Where were we? All right, let's see. El Hombre, here's my email if you get a minute. Saying still miss you, bro. Thank you, Rico, for saying that, man. I'll get that link to you ASAP, man. El Hombre. El Hombre. Luna. Luna is like what, the moon, right? In Spanish, Luna is moon. Is that it? If my basic Spanish serves correctly? You know? Yes, yes, turn that down so I don't get flagged by you. We're on YouTube Live, we're on Periscope. So anyway, so yeah, tell an interesting story about Chris Brown, because he apparently, you know, his conscience ate him up. It did. It ate him up because he knew he had done wrong. And as much as people want to hate on Chris Brown for that whole incident, you have to keep perspective. And the perspective is, you know what? He was judged, he was convicted, he was sentenced. This is your debt to society for what you did, and he paid it. Now, he stumbled a couple of times along the way, and he paid a little price for that. But at the end of the day, he paid his debt to society, and when you do that, you're supposed to get a do-over, right? You're supposed to get the slate wiped clean, and you're supposed to be able to start anew. And Rihanna forgave him. Now, if the woman who was on the other end of the beatdown forgives him, and he completes his debt to society, then who are we to be mad? We always talk about forgiving people and forgiveness. Look, I got 3 daughters. I've got 3 daughters, and I cannot imagine one of my daughters being a victim of domestic violence, because I would just call in all my favors. And trust me when I tell you this, I've got a lot of favors stacked up with big guys, with violent guys, with guys who probably shouldn't be walking free. And I would cash them all in if someone hurt one of my children like that. You know, that's just me. But what father wouldn't? What father wouldn't do that for their daughter? You know, it's just one of those things that we do. We do, you know. But he realized he was wrong, you know. And, you know, you can run down the list of people. Everybody who has paid their debts to society, no matter what the debt was. If you kill somebody and you did 30 years, well, I did my 30 years. You did every bit of it. Or even if you got out early on parole for good behavior, you're supposed to have your slate wiped clean, and you're supposed to be able to go on and live your life, right? Now, depending on the crime, you know, if you molested a child, well, you're going to have to register as a sex offender, but you're going to have to live with that scarlet letter on you for the rest of your life. But by and far, I mean, and I remember when I've talked about this before, when I lived in St. Louis and Leonard Little of the Rams drove drunk, had an accident and killed a woman, people were mad at him. And I could see being mad at him for what he did, but they were mad at him because he didn't do any jail time. Well, that had nothing to do with him. He went before a judge, and the judge told him, you, my friend, are going to have to do this, 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 and this. And it didn't really involve jail time. And people were mad at him because he didn't do jail time. Well, that's Mr. Why are you mad at him? If you were him and the judge didn't send you to jail, what, you going to say, send me to jail anyway? Come on, man. Be for real, you know? Michael Vick, same thing, you know? Michael Vick. And people would have the argument, well, you know, you don't go to jail for killing dogs. Well, you have to understand, okay, it was more than killing dogs, okay? There was some torture involved. There was some inhumane things going on there. And even he will tell you, and this is, a lot of us forget about this when we talk about Michael Vick, he will tell you that what he did was awful and horrible, and he deserved what he got. Even he will tell you that. So you have to keep the right perspective, because, you know, and he paid his debt to society. You know, they said, you're going to go to jail for this, and he went to jail for that. And they said, you're going to do this long, and he did that long. And he's supposed to have the slate wiped clean. But we don't do that for everybody. And a lot of times we don't do it for people who look like you and me. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. That's absolutely the truth. And if you don't think that's the truth, you're not being honest. I'm just saying. He did one of them things, man. Just one of them things. Just one of them things. So Bernie Sanders is in New York, right? Is the New York primary tomorrow? Is that my understanding? That's tomorrow. I like Bernie. I like Bernie a lot. I'm still probably leaning toward Hillary, but I'm not sold completely on Hillary. You know, and probably I'm gonna have to do some due diligence and do some reading up on Bernie Sanders. I see everybody post things they post and all that, but there's very seldom that I'll take a post as the gospel. You know, really the only post that I'll take as the gospel without checking it out are my posts, because I know what I did, right? And that's not, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you know what? It's crazy. Hillary Clinton. So Bernie's campaigning in New York. Hillary's on a hip hop radio show in New York, telling them that she keeps hot sauce in her purse. Does that get you any votes? Does the fact that you keep hot sauce in your purse, does that get you votes? I don't know if that gets you votes or not. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. But you know what? People are influenced by the craziest things. They really are. They're influenced by the craziest things, you know? You know? Hey, I watched Empire, the latest Empire. And you know what? I should have said this a long time ago. Yeah, maybe with the Beehive. You're exactly right. But Empire has officially become a parody of itself. It has officially become a parody of itself, which means that the shelf life for a show is not long. I used to watch CSI Miami and really enjoyed watching it, but then it became a parody, you know, when David Caruso, Horatio Caine, when he would take those glasses off and give him that look, it became a parody of itself, and then it wasn't on much longer after that. And I hate to see the same thing happen to Empire, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The people who are on that show acting are such brilliant actors. You know, no. But you know what? It's hard to keep a show at that level for when it first came on and all that. But Empire has fallen into so many stereotypes, right? Into so many stereotypes, and it's just become a parody of itself. And you can say whether that's good or bad. That's just up to you. You know, the Scandal the same way. Scandal isn't as good as it used to be, although it has its moments. You know, I haven't watched the latest one, but I did watch Thwack, the episode Thwack. That right there, mister, was a pretty gruesome scene. That's all, and that's all I want to say about that. So, but yeah, it was kind of a thing. Makes me feel good when you guys just talk about me in St. Louis. Somebody sent me a note and says, man, radio just ain't the same as St. Louis. I'm like, well, are you giving it a fair chance? I haven't seen the new Miles Davis movie. I've read about it, and I heard it's pretty good. I hear Don Cheadle did an incredible job with it. You know, I read some of the backstory behind the scenes about the movie. Like, in order for the movie to get made, he had to have a white co-star. You know, because, you know, in Europe, a black movie in Europe has no chance, right? Like Ice Cube said, you know, Straight Outta Compton in Europe, they didn't even trip off of it because, you know, they knew it wasn't going to do well, because of the fact that there was no white co-star. Black movies just don't do well in Europe in 2016. Now, let me tell you, if you've heard this one before. Remember when a black movie a big black high-profile blockbuster movie comes out, you know, back years ago, you'd buy your ticket and they'd give you a ticket to another movie and they'd say, oh, it's fine, we made a mistake, but it's fine. You can still go in. And then we caught on to that, right? We were like, wait a minute, no. Because that movie that you gave me the ticket to is getting credit for the sale when I gave you money to see this movie. And you're giving me a ticket for that movie. So that's kind of whack, right? So now, somebody said that this happened. I don't know if it happened in Dallas, but they said, here's the deal now, is what's happening. Yeah, you remember that little city? So here's supposedly what's happening now, right? the movies, an average movie costs what? Let's say, what, $10, $12, something like that. So if you want to go see the Black movie, which what was the last one that came out last weekend? What was the big one that came out? $13 to see a movie. That's ridiculous. And then you got to sit through commercials. I just refuse to go to movies anymore. But anyway, I digress. What they're doing is the Black movie tickets they're selling for $6. So now they're undercutting it that way, supposedly. Or you can be of the belief that they're trying to make up the money in bulk. So if I normally sell 100 tickets at $13 a piece, barbershop, exactly, barbershop. If I normally sell a barbershop movie tickets for $13 a piece, well, if I drop the price to $6.50, then I'm going to get 500 people coming to see that. So I'll make it up in bulk by dropping the price. But some people say, nah, got called BS on that because the movie studio is not. See, and I don't know how the whole thing, if they're even allowed to drop the price. I don't know if they're allowed to do that or not. So I don't know exactly how it works itself out, but that's the latest that I've heard. Have you guys heard about that? That they're dropping the price on the Black movies? It's like, really? And if that's true, shame on them. And if it's not true, who the hell thinks of stuff like that? That's what I want to know. Who thinks of stuff like that? But, you know, it is what it is. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So anyway, it's we've talked for 21 minutes, far longer than I had planned. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and let you guys get into your evening. But appreciate you guys helping out by hanging out with me. Now, if you can do me this one favor again, my tech videos that you can see on YouTube, there's one of them now. Because did you know the NFL is going to stream Thursday Night Football on Twitter? You'll be able to watch Thursday Night Football, 10 games on Twitter. That's the kind of, thank you, you have a great night too. That's the kind of tech news that I do. Simple, easy tech news. Check it out. And if you can share it, post it on your social media sites by grabbing the link and all that stuff like that, that would really help me out a lot. I appreciate your help on that so much. All right, have a great evening. Yeah, I mentioned that before, so I just want to catch anybody else who might have missed it. So if you can do that, it's appreciated. Enjoy your night. All right, Cardinals and the Cubs, yes, tonight. And I appreciate you for checking and sharing. Thank you so much for doing that. All right, love you all, and I'll talk to you real soon. All right, Periscope.